Hey everyone, it's DQ Reads. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about how I specifically choose books. It's actually pretty common the way I choose books, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty basic when it comes to this. So let's get started. Sometimes the way I choose books is I honestly just straight up feel like reading something specific. So sometimes I'll be done whatever book I just finished and I'll think, what do I feel like reading next? And it's sometimes as simple as I kind of feel like reading a book about drugs. As weird as that sounds. Sometimes it's even I feel like reading a romance. That doesn't happen often, hence why I don't read many romance novels. And sometimes I just feel like reading a family novel, so I kind of will search that when finding a book to read. So I'll either go to my already to be read list and then go and buy that book in my Kobo, or I will go into Goodreads and kind of search around a little bit and then buy the book. So when I go shopping, I do shop completely differently for both Kobo and bookstore shopping. So when I'm in a bookstore, it's more of an experience. I pick up different books, I go to different sections of the room, kind of look around. Sometimes I'm scanning out a specific book and looking for that one, and then find others that are similar or that I think I might also like, and I go by that. When I'm in a bookstore, I also pay close attention to, as cliche as it is, the cover. I do judge a book based on its cover because the cover is really one of the first things you see, and the cover can really pique your interest in what you're looking at and then potentially reading. I also am a big fan of reading the synopsis on the back of a book, but one thing I have noticed is when I was newer to reading / younger, I would read the entire synopsis. I would always read the entire thing. The back of the book was my best friend. Now I find I read a couple sentences of it, if that, and then once I feel like something's being spoiled, I stop immediately and I decide then whether or not I think this is going to be a good book, and I buy it then. I've gotten to the point where I don't like any spoilers. I just want to read the book and experience it myself, which is probably why I've picked up some not so gems fairly recently. Another place I go to find books I want to read is Goodreads. I'll scroll through, see what my fellow Goodread friends are reading, and see if I am interested in that book too. I also, if I have a book that I just read or read recently or read ever and liked that book and that book feel, I'll go into it on Goodreads and see what Goodreads recommends and see what other people that have read that book also have liked. So when I'm in the bookstore, I find that I'm more so focused on the feeling of the book, like the look of the book, the genre, sometimes even the author, that kind of stuff. And then when I shop digitally, I find I'm more so looking at what's already on my to be read list and kind of going through that way. I don't shop as much on Kobo digitally the way I do in bookstores because I don't really look around and browse. I more so just go through by my list, because I do find the shopping experience on digital books is kind of shallow in the sense that you don't have as much of an experience. Shopping around, looking around, going through, having to wait for them to load up and stuff is kind of a pain, and does, in my opinion, take away from some of the enjoyment that you get when shopping around in a bookstore. But I'll often even go into bookstores and shop around but not actually buy anything and add them to my Goodreads list to get them in ebook form later. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the little bit of insight I can offer you into how I choose books, both digital books and physical books. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Happy reading!